Hi, this is Jay with Jay Pryor Consulting. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to bring up a term that I made up, but that I want to keep talking about, called gender consciousness. And I want to keep talking about this because essentially it's the same thing I've been talking about, and the idea that gender nonconforming and transgender people there's more and more of us. And not just that, but that as millennials embrace this idea that I don't have to be put in a box, even people who don't identify as gender nonconforming are starting to raise what I call their gender consciousness. So the gender consciousness, by definition, is essentially the knowing that gender is a construct, right? So we could have an intellectual conversation, and I am pretty sure that within a few minutes I could have you see that gender is a construct. You could see that intellectually, right? You could have the thought, you could have oh, I get that, right? Because the reality is, you cannot give me one characteristic, name me one characteristic, that are all male or all female, right? The reality is we are a spectrum of gender, right? There are people who are uber masculine, there are people who are uber feminine, and then they flow in between that. And what I assert is that your biology has nothing to do with that, right? That all that we say is men are like this and women are like that is a construct, right? We made it up. And some of the things that we've made up throughout our time, we have been able to evolve and grow past, right? There was a time when women couldn't vote because women couldn't vote. Why? Because we didn't think women had the faculty to do that. That's ridiculous, right? We know now that is ridiculous. We know now that all kinds of things that we thought in the past are silly. Well, the next frontier, my friends, I believe is gender. And so I just wanted to introduce you to this concept. And for this week, I want to keep your head just getting that part, right? Just the intellectual concept down, because it'll slip out in just a second. And so, one of the things about personal development work is that is all training and development, and it's all practice, right? You have to practice it. You have to, I do this because I'm like flexing a muscle. This is what I tell my clients. You have to flex your muscles in this work, because in all personal development work, you have to stay conscious and aware of yourself, because the human mind is not designed to do that. The human mind is just to take over and just get in action, be in control. And whatever patterns in the past have run are what will run, right? That's how the brain works, is it sets up patterns and they just run. Neural patterns are just running, like they're just going, and you're unconscious to that. So part of personal development is starting to become conscious about everything, like conscious of how your impact on other people, right? How do I show, what am I bringing to the party, right? Those kind of things are what personal development is all about. What I'm asking you to do this week is to just put that lens on gender, right? What do I automatically assume, or what do I assign, right? A lot about gender is assigning. We are assigned our gender at birth, and then we assign inanimate objects gender, right? My brother told me the other day that he sees a Ford Mustang, he thinks that as a man car, right? That car's a guy, right? Well, that's what I'm talking about. We assign that. And so this week, I just want you to have your eye on how often you do that. Just see if you can catch yourself doing it. Because I am someone who is, like I said, I am always doing this work with you. I'm a trained individual, and I catch myself doing it all the time, right? I catch myself in that, swimming in that sea of things are a certain way, and they're just not, right? And so this week, I just want to put you on the hook to start becoming gender conscious. Just start becoming conscious of how much you gender things, or what limits your expression, or how you judge other people based on your ideas about gender, right? We're just scratching the surface here, right, on gender consciousness. But I really want to have this conversation with you because this is a game changer, right? If we could shift this, it's going to change a lot of things in our lives, that for the good, right? Having people less shamed and less abused about how they show up fully self-expressed. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could all be fully self-expressed without shame? It would be a miracle, really. And so I'm asking you to do your part this week by just looking at yourself. That's all. Just take a few minutes to look at yourself this week and just notice, how gender conscious are you? Where's your consciousness lay around that? That's all for me this week. Thanks again for tuning in. As always, if you have questions you'd like to contact us, you can hit us up at my website, www.jpryorconsulting.com, or here at LinkedIn. And if you'd like to make a comment, how gender conscious are you? How much is on your radar this week? If you'd love to comment, we'd love to have a conversation about this here. So thanks for listening as always. Have a great day.